Did you know that sometimes the most ordinary conversations can reveal extraordinary insights? Let me share a story about my friend Jess. It's about something that I think a lot of us can connect with, especially if you've ever found yourself lost in translation in the world of communication. Jess is a single mom, balancing life with a 9-year-old, a hectic job, and, just trying to keep everything afloat. One Saturday, while at the neighborhood gathering, she found herself in a conversation that was, honestly, going south. It started as a chat about school fundraisers, but soon turned into a heated debate about education systems. Sounds familiar, right? Now, here's where it gets interesting. She described how initially she was so focused on making her point that she wasn't fully listening to the other person. But then, she said, something clicked in her mind mid-conversation. Jess realized that she was in more of a battle mode, armed with her arguments and counterpoints, ready to fire at any moment. This moment of self-awareness made her pause. She told me how she decided right then and there, in the middle of that conversation, to shift her approach. Instead of continuing to counter-argue, Jess chose to actively listen, really listen to what the other person was saying. In her words, it was like she switched from being ready to debate to being ready to understand. The result? The conversation's tone completely changed. The other person, feeling heard, dialed back the defensiveness. They didn't solve the world's education problems right there, but they found common ground. And Jess learned something valuable about the art of conversation. It wasn't about winning, it was about connecting. This got me thinking about the way how we communicate daily. It's easy to fall into the trap of talking at someone rather than with them. So I asked Jess, what's your secret? That's when she broke down her approach to what I now call mindful communication. First off, she emphasized active listening. You know that thing where you really focus on what the other person is saying instead of planning your next punch in your head? Just put it this way. It's like catching a ball. You need to grab it, hold it, and then decide what to do with it, not just toss it back immediately. Then there's empathy. Jess shared another story with me. I think you will find it familiar. There was an incident with her daughter, Lily. Lily was upset about not being invited to a birthday party. Instead of brushing it off or offering a quick fix, Jess listened, really listened. She understood the hurt behind Lily's words and responded with a heartfelt empathy. It wasn't about giving advice. It was about being there, walking in Lily's shoes at that moment. And let's not forget nonverbal cues. A friend of mine, his name was Ralph, shared a story with me that shed light on another aspect of communication that often goes unnoticed: nonverbal cues. He recalled a meeting at work where he noticed his boss' concerned expression during his presentation. That small nonverbal cue, a slight frown, was enough to make him pause and consider adjusting his approach. It was a subtle reminder that communication isn't just about words. Our body language and expressions convey a lot too. He told me that afterwards, he began reflecting on different areas in his life. He emphasized how powerful these silent signals can be, and it is important we are all aware of them. He told me this realization wasn't just limited to his professional life. He noticed similar cues in his daily interactions, even with his daughter, Shelly. He mentioned how an excited sparkle in Shelly's eyes on a hesitant posture could speak volumes about her feelings, sometimes more than words could express. These nonverbal cues became a vital part of how Ralph interacted with others and connected with them, helping him understand and respond to unspoken emotions and thoughts. Reflecting on Jess and Ralph's experiences, we can glean some valuable lessons about navigating tough conversations. Their approach, much like finding calm in a chaotic situation, highlights the importance staying present during difficult tasks and talks. This means being there, not just in body, but mind and spirit too. It's about recognizing and acknowledging emotions without letting them take over the conversation. These insights from both Jess and Ralph's life serve as a practical reminder for us on how to handle challenging situations with mindfulness and grace. And finally, there is the art of compassionate speech, something we all need to practice with a remarkable balance of honesty and kindness. It's like walking a tightrope, carefully choosing words that are truthful yet considerate. This approach, where one thinks before it speaks and weighs the importance of their words, is something we can all incorporate into our communication style. Compassionate speech is not just about what we say, but how we say it, ensuring that our words build bridges rather than barriers. So, what can we take away from these wonderful stories? Here are 3 quick tips. Number 1, the listening lens. Make actively listening your default mode. Catch those verbal balls and hold them before throwing them back. Empathy, your secret superpower. Try to understand before being understood. Put yourself in the other person's shoes, even if they don't quite fit. Navigating the storm. When conversations get tough, stay present and steer with empathy and clarity. Jess's Saturday encounter might seem trivial, but it's a microcosm of how we interact every day by adapting and adopting mindful communication. We don't just talk, we connect, understand, and grow. And remember, guys, this is just the start. On Thursday, I'll go deeper into the art of mindful conversation. We'll explore how to transform even the most mundane chats into meaningful exchanges. So mark your calendars. Until then, let's try Jess and Ralph's tips in our daily talks. Who knows? We might just find ourselves enjoying conversations more than we ever thought possible. If you'd like to nurture deep and meaningful connections by communicating mindfully, I am sharing additional information in my blog. Head over to www.getpositivelyiinspired.com, where you'll find more good stuff and book recommendations. And don't forget to subscribe. There is so much more coming, and you won't want to miss any of it. See you on Thursday. Live on purpose.